I don't know.
Well, hey, everybody, it's Bob Schwartz from the Home Business Advertiser, and I've got Marsha Pearson with us again. And I'm so grateful that you're back. Thank you for coming back.
Hey, I'm happy to be here, Bob. How's it been
Um,
going?
Good, good, good. Crazy with kids and work and business and stuff and life. You know
Hey,
how
but
it
summer
is.
is coming.
Yes, yeah. And we were just talking right before we started that you got a place down at the beach where you're going to be visiting this
A
summer,
second
right?
second home.
That's awesome.
Second home.
So you're
Yeah, we
living the
love it.
dream.
It's beautiful.
Nice. Well, guys, if you didn't watch the first interview I did with Marsha, Marsha was on the cover of what is that, the March April issue, and we did a really great spread on her pages like 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then Marsha was in the issue that's coming out now, the May June issue with 3 half-page ads, and then for the next issue, the one that I'm selling now, which is June 9th is the deadline, she's got 2 more half page ads. So when I'm thinking, hey, I want to interview you, not just to help you and promote you and your business, but also maybe to talk to some of the advertisers about consistency. Like you've been advertising for years and years and years. You've got several different businesses that are successful. Can we just talk a little while about your strategies about marketing?
Well, I've always been a person who could do a lot of my own uh graphics and things like that. So that has been certainly a huge plus when
Hmm.
you can do some of your own graphics and things, or use online tools like Canva to do
Hmm.
graphics or to do things that you want to have. Um, if you can really think about the things that you want to say, that's what's really important. But when you place an ad, you also need to kind of manage what are the expectations that you're going to have from that ad. What do you think is going to happen? Even when there's an article, as Bob and I wrote together a really nice article, I thought,
Hmm.
um, you have to think about what is that gonna mean to people who read it.
Hmm. Hmm. And what kind of feedback? I mean, what do you see happening like with your ads, your business? What with the economy? I mean, there's all these the news about the tariffs, and sometimes people are sure of themselves, and sometimes they're not. I mean, what's your take on just how things are going right
I think that makes it really hard for a lot of people. I will say that Zinzino is going terrific. It's one of the best businesses that I've ever done.
now?
Swear to and I swear I don't say that lightly.
Hmm. Hmm.
Your wife tried the collagen boost and liked
Hmm.
it. So I I I I I look at things from a reasonable aspect.
Hmm.
One of the things I noticed, and we've talked about this before, is that many programs, it's really all about get some partners. I want a partner. Give me partner.
Hmm.
You're like,
Hmm.
or affiliate, whatever you're going to call it. It's like, oh my God. It's like, really? Do you
Hmm.
have any product to sell? So, what I really liked about the results I got from the ad and the article and so on is I picked up a few customers.
Hmm. Hmm.
I picked up one serious partner. I
Hmm.
don't need 1,000 partners. I need serious partners who really want to succeed, because I
Hmm.
can't help you succeed if you become a partner just to fulfill some partner dream of yours.
Hmm.
If you really aren't going to do the business and you're not really going to be able to sell, I mean, let's face it, that's really what it is. As much
Hmm.
as I care about people, I still have to make money doing what I'm doing.
Hmm.
And it just you have to look at it realistically. You
Hmm.
should be picking up a few customers when you do something,
Right. Well,
right?
I've
I
noticed.
mean, just people who just simply want to buy. They don't want to
Right.
sell it.
Well, it ties into what you do with Constant Contact. Like you're a super affiliate with Constant Contact. That's a
I've been a
subscription,
con yeah, I've been a person with them for like 25 years.
but you're not going out trying to sell people on the idea of selling Constant Contact. You're saying, hey, you need a contact management system. Here's
Yeah.
what we offer, right? I mean,
Yeah, you could do that or you can do something else. I mean, it's all up to you.
mhm,
And I always say that if you think you're going to go on the cheap, watch what you're going for.
mm,
You know,
mhm,
no matter what it is that you're doing. If it's a cheap sell, then it's probably not going to be worth it. You're
Hmm.
not going to make enough money to make it worthwhile for you, and you'll be sad when each time you get a customer or something, you make $1 or two.
Right,
That's
right.
that's not exciting,
No, it's not. It's not.
and it's not sustainable.
Hmm. So with Zinzino, what I know they just came out with the marine collagen, and yeah, Jen did try it. She liked it, and I tried it too. But I mean, and it's one of those things where I don't think you feel a difference the first couple of days you take it, but if you do it consistently,
That's
you do
right.
see results.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, yes. Especially if you do it over like a few months. Like even 1 month isn't enough, then you've got to do
mhm,
a second month
mhm,
treatment. So as you know, it's the 10 sachets and they're very tasty to be honest.
mhm, mhm,
Because I've
mhm,
been doing it too. And it's like a cherry flavored and it's like it's a little more liquidy when I first tried it the first time than I thought
mhm,
it was. I thought it'd be kind of slurry, but it's thank God that it's not because
mhm,
it just it's like having a little cherry soda. And incidentally, if you didn't do this yet, you can put it in the refrigerator. Some people like it a little cold. It's sometimes a
mm,
little more tasty.
mhm,
So
mhm,
so that's been good. And what's really great about the collagen boost is it's a marine-based collagen.
mhm,
Marine-based collagen is smaller particles, so they absorb better and they react better in the body. So
mm. Very
there you go.
interesting. Yeah. Um, you built your own lead capture page for this business.
Yeah, and I have
Uh,
a new one that I'm just finishing up today.
oh, okay. I was going to say, do you want to share your screen, or but if you're still working on it, we'll
I can
do
share
that.
my screen of the one that I did. Hold on,
Okay,
let me just get that going here.
that's the smartbalancehealth.com. Or
Yeah.
okay,
And what's really cool about this is I probably made a typo. Smart balance HEAL.com.
and I think you should be able to
There we
share your
go.
screen. If not, I can share
Well, let me
mine.
see. Oh yeah. Screen 3. That's that one.
How many computers do you have, lady?
I have 3 screens
Oh, wow.
because once you try it and you have like 2 screens, it's like two is enough. Now you want to have three, and it's just
It's like the
it's a it's yeah
CIA or something,
it's,
FBI.
yeah it's a little bit of a sickness. It's like I need to go to computer monitor as anonymous or something.
Mhm.
But this is the one I made for creating that. I created
Okay.
this to get more partners, to be honest. So
Hmm.
that's the idea here. So it's got a join the partnership. Then it's got your first interview you did with me,
Yeah.
a little blurb which comes from the company itself.
Hmm.
And then this talks specifically about the balance oil. As you know, that's their signature product.
Hmm.
And I think that that's one of the one of the best things that's ever happened to me is that product.
Well,
Number one, because it's helped me and my health, but
mhm,
also because I think it can help other people in their health. And then I've got a little get more information and,
mhm.
more information here, become a partner and so on. So this is the original page that I made.
So
Um,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, the cool part about this is I made this using an online tool, which is free called Leads Leap. So
Yes.
anybody who becomes a partner with me, I can make them this same page
Hmm.
for them like lickety split
Hmm. Hmm.
because LeadZeep has something called a share code. So I can share that with them or I can actually do it right for them in their account because, like I said, I'm not trying to get 30 partners. I'm trying to
Hmm.
get a few good partners who are interested in the health and wellness space, who have a belief in supplements and how they can help people with their immune systems or with any kind of problems that they're having.
Hmm.
So I'm looking for those kinds of people.
So the strategy, I mean, I know you have different ways to generate leads, but one of them is in the magazine. So say you had 3 half pages. Well, let's just say you have 1 half-page ad and you're advertising the opportunity to watch the free video and get more free information. You you send them to this lead capture page right now. And if I'm a prospect and I fill out that page, what what is your follow-up process? I mean, what do you find to be the best way to to follow up with folks that are contacting you?
You won't believe this, but you know, anybody who's done online marketing for a long time, there's about a hundred or 200 or even 1,000 gurus out there
Hmm.
telling you you need a funnel, create a funnel, you got to have a funnel, like, you got to keep emailing, blah blah blah. I don't do all that.
You
I take a
don't.
different philosophy, and part of the philosophy comes from something that Jerry from my upline shared with us, but I will share in just a second. So I reach out to them by email and by phone, uh, give them a call, see if they're interested, uh, follow up with another email with more information if they want it. Sometimes
Mhm.
they'll say, "Oh, I didn't know what it was about. No, thank you. I'm not really interested." Okay, great. Move on.
Hmm.
But this is the story that Jerry shared, and he shared it with some video and some pictures that he found. But one of the pictures that he showed was in the Philippines or Indonesia or somewhere over there where they collect pearls. They showed the people who collect the pearls. And do you know what the picture was of? There must have been like a million or more barrels and buckets full of oysters,
Hmm.
just full of oysters, bucket after bucket of oysters.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
How many do you think of those have a pearl in them?
I kind of feel like you're leading me to say one.
Very few. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
very
mean,
few.
maybe not one out of a million, but very few have a pearl, or it might have a bad pearl, but very few have those perfect pearls that are exactly right.
Mm,
Okay, so the bottom line is you need to go through a lot of oysters before you're going to find a pearl.
right, right on. And
I
that
thought that was
speaks,
kind of interesting. Yeah, it was cool.
yeah, that speaks to consistency too. And I can say that in my business too, selling the leads and the clicks and the advertising is I have to be consistent
Yeah.
every day, or else things start to slip through the cracks. You know, you really do have to stay on top of it to find those pearls.
That's right. And so when you find an oyster and it doesn't have a pearl in it, what do? Do you
Chuck
hold
it.
that oyster in your hand and keep looking and looking and looking? No, you shuck it or you
Chuck
chuck it
it.
aside, or
Yeah.
yeah, eat the oyster if you want, whatever, but you don't keep looking for the pearl. So the bottom line here is if you have five people and four say no, keep the one that's the pearl
Hmm.
or whatever it
Right on.
is.
And
You
really
know,
build a
so
real I think that's why you are one of the reasons why you're successful is you're not pushy, you're not salesy, you're truthful, you're honest. You want people to do what's best for them, not what's best for you, and that comes across. And I think we can all learn a lesson from that.
yeah, yeah, I think that way you're going to build a team of people that are more responsible, more
Hmm.
interested in what they're doing,
Hmm.
a greater chance for success,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know.
So what's
But it's
next? I mean, we've got
just so you
summer
know, it
here,
still goes down to the person still has to do some work.
right? So don't run an ad that says, no work, no sponsoring, you make all this money because you're just going to get people that don't want to work.
It's
Yes.
right. It's
Yeah.
right.
So kind of like advertise for the person that you would like to talk to. Like who's your ideal partner, and just
Yeah,
try to find that one person.
the pearl.
The pearl. Got to find the pearl. I like that. What's next for you this summer, and then coming up into September and October are always really good months to advertise and to build business. The kids are going back to school in September. So what is the summer? What's your plan for summer and leading into September?
Well, for me, I always think that the that advertising and marketing just in general almost has a cycle.
Hmm.
And the cycle kind of is this. You want to be leading into September with something. So if you want to lead into September with Bob, guess what? You've got to be ready in the beginning of August, at
Hmm.
least.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, in July, you've got to be thinking about it and, saying, what am I want to do? And, what's my plan going to be?
Hmm.
And not just do something in September, but do September and October.
Hmm.
Then skip November, maybe skip December, but guess what? Now comes the next arm of the cycle,
Hmm.
January and February.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I
But
was going to say,
March is a great month though.
yeah, it really is. And even this one coming up, it's June 9th is the deadline for July, August. We had an issue a couple years ago that was just stellar in August, and I asked my friend Hugh, I was like, I don't understand why the summer issue did so well. He's like, Bob, people are they're locked in their houses in their air conditioning, and they don't want to go outside because it's too hot. That was his way of looking at it. But
Well,
but yeah. And here's something else too is you could have ran full page, like a bunch of full page ads, but you decided to break up the ads into smaller chunks, into half pages, and run them consistently. And I think I would much rather have a half page ad in this issue and a half page ad in next issue than just blow a full page ad and you're like, then have nothing,
yeah.
right? So that seems to be
Yeah.
part of your winning strategy too.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has to look at their budget and see what's going to work for them,
Hmm.
versus what it is that you're offering.
Hmm.
Um, I look at my budget and what I want to spend, and that works for me because I want to kind of stretch things out a bit.
Hmm.
So I know that if I give Bob two half-page ads to run for me, he's going to put them in different places in the magazine, giving him a
Hmm.
better chance that someone's going to see one or the other of them.
Right. Because one of
And
your
as
ads.
you Yeah, one other thing, that the ads that I ran in the most recent issue and the next one, I didn't run the ads with saying, become a partner or an affiliate or anything like that. It's little letters at the bottom of the page. It says partnerships available.
Right. 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 And that's, again, that's that like soft sell. I'm not going to try to sucker punch you into doing something that I want you to do. It's just kind of like,
That's
hey,
right.
yeah, are you looking for these kinds of products? Would you like to work with me? We have a team, system, samples, um, good
That's
stuff.
why I picked up a couple of customers.
Yeah. What about your business builder? You said you'd found someone who seems to take things seriously.
Yeah, we're working on building their business for them.
Hmm.
The way Zenzina works, I'm not one that usually goes, that carrot that they dangle, a fast start and all those things.
Hmm.
Uh, Either you can do it or you don't.
Hmm.
I'm not one of those persons that says that that's going to make or break everything that you do.
Hmm.
But they do have a fast start. When you get 4 customers in the first month, you get an extra $100 right there, right out of the gate, in addition to commissions that you earn.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then when you get another partner within the first 90 days, I think it is, now you get another bonus.
Hmm.
Uh, so I think that the way they do things really helps
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
to consider ways to grow.
Hmm.
I do think though that someone who's starting out cold with nobody to talk to, that's they may find it a little more challenging at
Hmm.
first. This person doesn't have a big group of people around them. But
Hmm.
when your first customers can be your husband, your kids, your
Hmm.
your grandma, your aunt, whoever, your family
Hmm.
members, because you want them to be customers.
Hmm.
It's not like back in the day when you were selling Amway, so now you want your aunt to sell Amway, and you want your cousin to sell Amway, and
Hmm.
and everybody when you go to people like that, they want to run away from you.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's
But if
not
you
good for
simply have,
anybody.
yeah, that's not good. But if you want them to be a customer, well, here, if you got something that is good for them, it's good for their health, they
Hmm.
can try it.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's good. That.
Can you talk a little bit about your daily routine? Some people say, well, I just work my business when I can. I mean, do you have a routine that you like to be in the office at a certain time? Oh, this is going to be good.
That's good. I know. Well, my plan, I'm a little bit older and I've been around for a long time, so I don't feel the need to be pressed.
Hmm.
I try to be around in the office around 9 o'clock.
Hmm.
I take lunch, of course,
Hmm.
and sometimes take a little time during the day for other things I might want to do or need to do, like errands or whatever. But I'm usually in the office until at least 5,
Hmm.
so that I'm around the office or in the vicinity of it almost the whole day,
Hmm.
if not the whole day.
And you take off Saturday and Sunday or both days or
I
like do
try not to do things Saturday and Sunday, and I also try not to have to do those evening Zoom things that people do.
mm,
I'm just not into it. I'm just not. Someone says, "Oh, I got this great program. You should hear about it." I say, record it. I'll watch it when I have
yes,
time.
thank you.
And they're like, "Oh, recording's not the same." Yeah, it is, by the way. And guess what? I get to fast forward through that guy saying, "Well, you know what
Fast
I've
forward the
done? I was used to be a farmer and now I'm this and now I'm making $1 million a year." I can fast.
yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because I feel the same way. Like 20 years ago, I would have been on that 9 o'clock call and, getting all jacked up on adrenaline and stuff. But now, I mean, you got a wife, you got kids, you got responsibilities, and it's just like, send me the replay, you know?
Yeah, you just want to fit it in during my business hours. I will watch it,
Right.
for the most part. One of the things I like about Zinzino is it's not just about like the little marketing team, even though, yes, we have one and we do, talk and meet or whatever, and give people an opportunity to invite their friends and get their questions answered, whatever it is. But the company themselves have a lot of opportunities for partners to listen in on learning centers, learning things, and they always record them. You can always watch them, including
Mm.
this really fantastic mastermind sessions
Hmm.
where they
Hmm.
go with take a deep dive into stuff. The one I've talked about the most is where they talked about the olives and how they're grown and where and how they're processed. My mind was completely blown. I was
I
it's
like
like,
that.
really? This is
Yeah,
really amazing.
I
So
love
so
that
you
story.
you have access to all of the masterminds when you're a partner with them and learning more deeply about just simply particular ingredients, etc.
Hmm. Hmm.
Learning more about fish oil. Do you know what triglyceride means? Well, most people don't. It means that it's real fish oil, not like in the little tablets where it's partly manufactured fish oil, believe it or not.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So
Oh, I believe that.
So you begin to learn all these little things about stuff. You're like,
Hmm.
oh, that's cool to know.
What about this? Like I've noticed I kind of have the same work schedule as you. I try to get in maybe a little bit earlier. I'll work till lunch, take a break, check emails and just keep going. But I've noticed that a lot of the conversations I have with people aren't necessarily about advertising or leads or marketing. They're just about their lives. And I think sometimes folks just need a little emotional support. And I know
Hmm.
you've been there for me and you and I have a relationship besides just like an advertise like a business relationship. I mean, do you find that in your business too, that sometimes people are looking for that connection? Um,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm talking to people who are connecting with me, sometimes just because they are bodybuilders and they want supplements or whatever.
Hmm.
But a lot of times it's people who have problems.
Hmm.
They have no serious neuropathy. They have very bad arthritis and they have, other problems that they are hoping they can find a solution to.
Hmm.
Will this work? Will the balance oil from Zinzino work for them? Maybe, maybe not. You don't have a way of knowing until you give it a good shot for at least 4 months, so it's like anything else. But yeah, it requires a serious conversation with people about what's on their mind.
Hmm. Yeah, like how can I help you? Like how can I really help you? Right? Like that's
Yeah,
like that servant's attitude.
yeah. And I like to stay in touch with people who decide to try using the balance oil. Not
Hmm.
just like, here you buy the balance oil. Okay, see ya.
Hmm. Right. Because
That's
yeah,
not that kind of business.
no, it's
I guess
not.
you Yeah, I want to know. I
Hmm.
want to know if it's working or not working.
Right. Because I think a lot of times when you say, oh, it's a relationship business, I mean, if you're only focused on the money, you don't want to hear that because you just want to go and go and go and go. But the truth is, it might be best long term to have a solid foundation of people that you have good relationships with. I
Yep.
mean, right? So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Folks that are watching this, I'll put a link down in the YouTube description, but the best way to contact you is probably through smartbalancehealth.com.
Yeah, because if once they go to the page and they scroll down, not only do they can fill out the form, but my phone number and email are also right there.
Right.
So they can just simply call me if they want. They don't have to fill out a form.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
they can do anything they want.
Very good.
So,
Well, thank you. We love you. We're so grateful for your friendship and your business.
hey,
Um,
Bob, anytime.
Sounds good. All right. And then Home Business Advertiser readers or advertisers, get a hold of me before June 9th if you'd like to advertise. And then I'll put a link to the to Marsha's website in the description below. So be good and God bless.